Love in America is brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source.
September's birthstone is sapphire. They come in every color of the rainbow except red.
Pad precious sapphires are extremely rare pink-orange stones which make them more precious and valuable.
To learn more about color gemstones, follow us on social media or come see us only at the Gold and Diamond Source.
Everyone has a story to tell. It's my mission to tell it. Unscripted, unedited. We are on the record.
Hi everyone, I'm Serena Fazan and welcome to this episode of Love in America. As many know, I've put on the record that this is my absolute favorite show because I am the woman who is in love with love. And today we are introducing Sarah and Raphael Perrier. No relation though to the Perrier water. No, but hey, great last name.
Yeah.
Water, coffee, my absolute favorite drinks. What do you guys think of my dress? I wore brown for you.
Thank you. Yeah, we said it looks like the coffee and milk kind of in the cup, so it's beautiful.
So why coffee? All right, because they are the owners of Kahwa Coffee. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
All right, listen, let's start with this. How long have you guys been married?
Oh my gosh, married 18 years.
18 years. When is your wedding anniversary?
May 8th. 2004, so yeah.
Yep.
Is he close, Sarah?
He is good. He's
Okay.
good.
I'm the
He's
one.
good. He's actually
I'm
reminding
the
me.
one with dates.
I'm not good with dates.
But you guys have quite the story. So, Raphael, you're actually from France.
I am, yes. I came over in 1996.
In 1996?
Yes.
And where did you move to?
Philadelphia.
So, let's begin the love story there. You were a barista, correct?
I was a barista, yes. I went to school, graduated from Temple University with a bachelor degree, and didn't want to go into corporate, so I got a job into a coffee shop called La Colombe. It was the first cafe they had, and I was a barista there for a couple of years.
I was a customer.
And, okay, at this time, you're also a professional dancer.
Yes.
You were a professional dancer,
I was a professional dancer.
So were you professionally dancing at that time?
Yes, I was. I was at the Koresh Dance Company in Philadelphia, and our director actually was a regular at the coffee shop. He hung out there. When he wasn't at the dance studio, he was there. So he's like, you have to meet someone. So I come in and meet him. He just started making, Raphael started making little hearts on the, bringing him over to me using his charm. But took me a little while for him to win me over. I made him work for it.
Listen, 6 months. Okay, 6 months. I always say on this show too, we don't like the Reader's Digest version. We like the New York Times version. So let me ask you though about the hearts and the cappuccino first.
Yes.
Now, you do see it at a lot of coffee shops. At that time, was the heart in the drink or the coffee unusual?
Yes, very. It was I wouldn't say the first coffee shop doing it, but one of the first ones at the time to launch the latte art and all those things. Yeah. So there was something very distinguished, I would say, at the time for a coffee shop.
I have a question. Did you only make the hearts for me? Or?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you said it was your boss or your partner?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Artistic director of the
your
company,
artistic director
of the dance company. Yeah.
But at this time, from what I understand, you already, and I'm sorry, this was years ago, so you don't care. You had a boyfriend though.
Yes, named Raphael.
Named Raphael.
Yeah. That was my move. If anything happens, same name.
So,
very smooth.
So Sarah, when you were going in, how serious were you with the other Raphael?
I mean, we were living together, so.
Living together?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just right at the end of college, kind of more of a maybe convenience thing than, but we were young still, but yes.
Oh yeah, she was totally into it, and I was like, I'm changing that.
Okay, all right, okay, let's step back for a moment. How long had you been living with him, would you say?
Less than a year, or maybe, not too long.
But you're living with a guy.
Yeah.
But Raphael, you're thinking, okay, when Sarah first walks in, are you thinking, oh my gosh?
Yeah, I want her.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I always get what I want.
You always get what you want.
Almost always.
But you know what? I always say there's a difference between being cocky and confident, and I love this. So you knew when Sarah walked through that door. They say that men know. How did you know?
I don't know. It's just I don't know, the first look. I think you know. It's it was just like you said, love, I guess.
Energy and
yeah.
I ended up breaking up with my other Raphael.
Yes, but how long? So it took 6. Okay,
6 months.
So walk us through it. So you would make
Yes.
her. You would come in every day.
Every day.
Now, Sarah, did you have a little bit of a crush, or were you attracted?
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
but I'm like I said, just he was also, you know, like I said, I'm pretty sure he had a little bit of a reputation of, you know,
What?
he was a barista. He wanted to make his tips too. You know, he was nice to all the women that came in there, and you know, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're just saying this to me. I'm gonna break up with my boyfriend, and you're gonna, you know, I didn't really believe him that he was like all in on me. So it took me a while for him to convince
6 months. It's a long time.
6 months. So, but this is interesting from Sarah's perspective, though. So you weren't sure if he was just putting on the charm
Yeah.
to get a little extra in the tip jar.
Yeah, or just kind of, you know, it kind of wasn't. I watched him behind the bar. You know, he was, which I mean, he's, you know,
That's
he
who I
has
am.
that. I know that's who he is. So, but you know, it took me a while for him to convince me that was. And then actually, in the end, what actually happened was, I was there one day, and he said, I can't. You know, I'm falling in love with you, you know, but you won't even go on a date with me, so I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't see you. Like, please don't come back to the coffee shop. I don't know if he said please, but don't come back to
No,
He
I said
tells
don't
her
come back.
not to come back to the coffee
I can't
shop?
bear to see you
Yes.
anymore if you won't go on a date with me. Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, she was there every day. She knew. I told her I was falling in love, and she didn't really care. So I was like, just go to another coffee shop.
Oh
Plenty
my
of them.
gosh. Okay, so what happened? So did you cave?
So
Yeah.
she left, and I'm sweeping the coffee shop, closing the place, and there's a gate at the time. It was winter, right? It was
Yeah.
getting November or something like that. That was it.
I don't know. I don't remember the time of year, but I know that you closed the gate down.
I'm closing the gate, I'm sweeping, and all of a sudden she's behind that gate knocking on the window at like 7:30 at night. And I'm like, what do you want? And she opened the gate and opened the door, and she's like, I want to go out with you.
Go on a date. Let's go out.
And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
And that was a Friday or Thursday, Friday.
I think so, yeah.
And then I'm like, I would love to, but I can't, because I'm going to New York with 2 girls tomorrow. Which
Who are the two girls? Were they
very
friends?
good, we are very good friends of mine.
They were
We
just
actually
friends. They
went
were
to
just
both
friends, yeah.
Their weddings.
Yeah, they're still
the
friends
last
of ours, but-
10 years. So, but I'm like, I planned that trip for, you know, a month and a half. I have to go. I can't cancel. And I'm coming back Monday. Monday I'll come pick you up at your job, and you know, we'll
did.
go out. And,
And he did?
Then, yeah, then we had our first date, and then that was it.
That was
We were
it.
together. Like,
Okay, so
inseparable.
inseparable
right?
since then.
Yeah.
Okay, so but what about the other Raphael? Did you break up with him?
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Raphael.
Yeah.
Hello.
We were, yeah,
New
we were
Raphael.
broken up, and we were just in the, you know, we were still kind of figuring out, like, I had to move into my own place. He had been kind of away. He was going away for the summer or something, and so, but that was,
You actually were supposed to go to Europe.
yeah, and then I was
Remember that?
supposed to, I just graduated from college, and I was supposed to go to Europe. That was my graduation present, because I'd never been, and I always wanted to go there, and so I was actually supposed to go with my ex-boyfriend as friends. That didn't work out.
Yeah, that could be a little complicated, and the new boyfriend
Yeah.
might say.
She's leaving, and I'm like, what?
I was like, I'm gonna try, and I'm like, I really wanted to go to France. I really wanted to go to Europe, but anyway, didn't go.
So I know
Canceled that trip.
people are wondering though, when you guys went on that first date on Monday,
Yes.
were you still living with Raphael?
I don't remember.
I think he wasn't, like, he had moved out kind of for the summer. We still had our apartment together, but you know, we had.
You were by yourself
just
in the
kind of-
apartment.
I was by myself because he had left to go to have an internship in the summer or something. So we were, you know, I was planning on getting a new apartment, but he wasn't there anymore. Yeah. So it was kind of that great, you know, that
Yeah, that
kind of,
gray
we have
area.
to find a new apartment and
Yeah, that gray area. But so you go out on that Monday night.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it. I brought her back to my apartment.
Ooh.
I had an apartment.
You had an apartment.
I was like, we don't need yours, we have mine.
So that was really it.
Yeah.
So you guys have been together ever since then.
Yes, 24 years.
So how did you propose?
I had a propose on the beach in St. Thomas at the sunset.
So romantic.
And I didn't know what a sunset was, because I'm not a beach guy. I come from the Alps in France, which is the total opposite to the beach. And I never really thought about sunset, and that was the love was, you know, sunset for her. So I figured, I found one beach in St. Thomas. I had a beautiful sunset. I rented, you know, a scooter. We went there. I put the ring into a pair of socks, big socks.
The ring and a pair of socks.
Yes,
Okay.
and my bathing suit, my flip flops. She's, you know, we dressed to go to the beach, and I had a pair of socks. And she's like, and then we went to the beach, and you know, and I was like, "Is that the sunset?" And
he
she's
kept
like,
asking me, so is this the sunset right now? I'm like, the
When
whole
is the
thing is
sunset
the sunset.
exactly?
The whole thing is a sunset. And he was like, well, I don't know what point is the actual. I'm like, you're acting really weird. I was like, I don't know. The whole thing's a sunset.
Yeah. And
But Sarah, okay, but this is okay. Did you know that he was going to propose?
No, I didn't know. I don't know. Maybe I thought he was acting kind of weird. I don't know. It was
So I looked for a ring in Philadelphia for I think maybe a couple of months, and then she had a show in St. Thomas.
With our dance company.
For the dance company to dance, and she said, "You want to come?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go to St. Thomas. Just where you dance, I chill." And then I'm in St. Thomas, going around when she's rehearsing, and I go around and there's all those jewelry shops in St. Thomas. And I'm like,
Right.
"Oh,
Yeah, 'cause they're
perfect timing. There you go."
So you bought the
bought the ring
ring.
there.
You bought the ring in St. Thomas. But did you know when you were headed to St. Thomas that you wanted to propose, or was it just the fact that the rings were there? You're like, okay, there's rings here, I can propose.
I wanted to propose at one point or another. Like I said, I was looking for rings in
Philadelphia.
Philly. But being in St. Thomas, having all this, I'm like, perfect. And it's on an island, sunset. What else you want?
How romantic.
I
Okay, how
know.
long had you guys been dating at this point, Sarah?
6 years.
6 years, yeah.
6 years. Okay, so 6 years is quite a while that to date.
Yeah.
So were you thinking at this time, like, gosh, when is Raphael gonna pop the question already?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we've been together. Together, and we were young still, so it was kind of, we weren't really in a hurry. I guess I was dancing, and kind of we had we were having fun. So,
Yes.
but yeah, I was ready. So any time now.
Because how old were you guys when you met? You were.
21 for you, 22 for me.
Yeah, so you guys were you were
Very young,
kids. You were
very young,
kids when you
yes.
met.
Very young, yes.
So so then he does propose and you were surprised.
Yes.
Did you start crying?
Yes.
She did.
Did you start crying, Raphael?
Me, no.
You're too cool.
Way too cool.
You're way
cry.
too cool.
I don't cry.
No, I'm still thinking about the comment, and I love it. I get what I want.
But I made him work for it. So
100%.
Yeah.
I never worked that hard for it. That's
So
why we're still
adorable.
together, I think,
yeah.
So adorable. Well, we're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, I want let's talk about Kahwa Coffee and how all that came to fruition. Like here you are, working at a coffee shop, and now you guys have an amazing, amazing coffee business and some really exciting news about that business. All right, guys, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Thinking about getting engaged, planning to upgrade your wedding ring, or finally getting that Rolex?
The Golden Diamond Source can help you in many ways.
You can start a layaway plan for only 10% down and 6 monthly payments.
Take advantage of our 3 to 5 year interest-free financing.
Or you can trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase.
Come to the Golden Diamond Source and find that perfect gift for the ones that you love.
September's birthstone is sapphire. Sapphires come in every color of the rainbow except red.
Pad precious sapphires are extremely rare pink-orange stones, and their rarity makes them more precious and valuable than any other sapphire.
They're perfect for everyday wear since they are the hardest colored gemstone.
To learn more about sapphires or any other colored gemstone, follow us on our social media, online, or even come see us only at the Golden Diamond Source.
Welcome back to Love in America. Yes, Raphael, it is a little hot in here. Raphael and Sarah Perrier, owners of Kahwa Coffee. Been married, as you guys said, 18 years, right? 18 years together for 24. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You guys met at a coffee shop in Philadelphia, but now you have your own coffee shop. How did that happen?
We moved down here, 2005, right after we got married.
Yeah.
And then we looked around. There wasn't many coffee companies, coffee shop around. I had the experience in the coffee. We thought that could be a great fit in St. Pete, Tampa. We saw the need of that gap between the big green giant and the other shop that were there, and we just decided to do it.
And he just, I was not in the coffee industry before, but he brought me in with him, and at first, honestly, weren't sure, like working together. We never worked together really before, but it's been great. I think when you have someone you can trust, as a partner. It makes it a lot easier, I mean, there's sometimes we try to turn off the work day because you're together all the time, so you talk about work a lot. But with our kids, they always stop talking about coffee, guys. Stop talking about coffee.
They have two adorable daughters, Camille and Emma, you said. One is 16 and another is 11, so middle school and driving.
Yeah.
But so we could talk about them as well. Hi, Camille. Hi, Emma. But what brought you guys to Florida in the first place? Back in 2005.
I grew up in the Saint Petersburg area, so I moved up to Philadelphia, and that's where we met. And then we kept we'd come down to see family every year, and the area was changing a lot too. It's changed a lot since when I had left, and we love of course, the weather. You're in the cold, gray winter, and you come down, and you're like, why do we live up there? And he loved Florida. He just always loved Florida.
Every time we went back to Philly, that Sunday night, it was depressing. Like, you wake up in the morning here, it's blue sky, it's gorgeous, it's, 80 degrees, and you go to Philly, it's like gray and barely, 35. I was like, oh my God, that was depressing. And, I just love it. I love Florida.
So when you guys came here, and yes, Florida's so beautiful that, believe me, I am from Seattle. So, the whole coffee business just burst there, right? So you come here and you notice there's not a lot of quaint coffee shops. So that must have been scary, though, to think about opening up your own business. Or maybe I'm just assuming because it's always scary to me, being an entrepreneur. But for you guys, what were you thinking? I
mean, we knew what we were doing. I think, it's scary. I mean, anything you do in life, you take a risk. I always say the same story, which is when we opened the doors in 2006 of the company, we did a grand opening, nobody showed up. We tried to get the press, nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up to the grand opening?
Because coffee company at the time, coffee. And then Jeff Hook, that was at the time the food writer for the
Tampa Tribune.
Tampa Tribune shows up and he's looking around. He's like, he sits down with me. He's like, Raph, what are you doing? And I said, we're building the biggest coffee company in Tampa Bay.
Wow.
And he's like, okay, looking at me like I'm kind of crazy. And he's like, okay, and then keep on going. And then I keep on saying Jeff. And now when I see Jeff and I text him, he's like, remember that day that you told me you were going to do it? I say, yeah, I told you. So I think we knew where we were going. 100% no, but we always had a good feeling for what we were doing. And I think working together, when I'm not so positive and I'm down, she brings me back up. When she's, down, I bring her back up. So it's an easy thing for us to do, being partners, but also being together as a husband and wife.
Well, because you have such a great base of friendship, it seems like. So where was the first Kahwa? Where did the first
downtown St. Pete, 5th Avenue North, 2nd Street. That's the OG, we call it.
The original, right? The original one. All right, but now you have 14?
15.
15?
15. Just opened USF downtown St. Pete, 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
Did you ever imagine that you would have this recipe for success when you first opened? Well, of course, Raphael did. He's confident.
That's kind of, he's kind of the one that shoots for the moon, and I'm like, oh, are you sure we can do
We're going to get there.
We kind of balance each other that way, but, he makes me believe, and, I think we're really proud of our product and our team that we have. We have a great team now, and, we've grown the company, and it's fun.
So what makes Kahwa Coffee different than the other coffees?
It's funny, we always call it, and I shouldn't say that, but we always call it the better Starbucks. It's, the idea of a good product, a good service, trying to emphasize a little more on the European side for the atmosphere. We believe that the team that we have is the key of any success. We really want to portray out there the friendliness of the staff and everybody, that's around the shop.
Yeah, and then we try to also get involved in the community, big part of our company, to give back to nonprofits and things like that kind of help us, stand out. People appreciate when you are a good company that supports things in the community as well.
100%. On our flagship show, On the Record, we had the CEO of the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. Yeah. You guys actually have a designated bag of coffee that goes to this organization, and talk about the percentage and talk about the coffee and why that's so important.
So they approached us 3 years ago, David and Chris, and they wanted to create a brew for the cure, right?
I love that, brew for the cure.
Brew for the cure, that was the idea. So we say, sure, let's create a coffee. We create a coffee. It's called the Hope Roast. We designed the bag with kids drawing. We had kids draw, and then we put down the bag. It's a really cute bag, and we're giving back 43% of the proceeds back to the foundation. Why 43%? Because the number 43 is very important to the foundation, as you have 43 kids a day diagnosed with cancer. So for us, we are lucky to not have to deal with this, if you want, and we feel that it's because of that, and if we can help us a little bit, then it's better than nothing. Right?
What were you going to say, Sarah, about that? Because, I can tell you as a consumer, knowing this, of course, I automatically gravitate then to where am I going to drink my coffee? I'm going to gravitate to a place like that because you're giving back.
Yeah, and it's nice that, you know, when you start as a business, you know, you don't have that much money to give back because you're trying to start your business. And as we grow, we've been able to do more and more. And it's just a great feeling that, you know, like I said, that we're being able to help an organization like that and in the community. So.
And I know that's just one of many organizations that you help. So, speaking of your business and the partnership and the love of the business, you guys even have more exciting news, right? Isn't it gonna? Yes. You want to announce it on the record here?
Sure. So we launched franchising 2 weeks ago.
That's amazing.
Yes, I think it's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be it's pretty exciting for us. You know, it took us 5 years to really decide to do it or not. We're ready. We have a good team. We believe that it's going to be very successful because of everything we've done the last 16 years. But we also feel that sharing the success that we have with other people will be something fun. It's a new business for us. It's a different thing than running your own shops, but I think that we're ready to go.
How big of a deal is it to have a franchise? If like the average consumer doesn't know, like, you know, there's Dunkin' Donut franchises, there's all these different franchises, McDonald's, Burger King. So a franchise means it could go globally, nationwide, anywhere.
The idea is to focus on Florida first, to make sure that we're successful, to make sure that we can help them and support them. But again, it just opens the doors to anything.
To anything. So with your friendship and your love together, right? So I would say, I know some people say, oh, don't call us a power couple. But do you feel like you are setting like an example?
I don't know, I guess. I mean,
yeah, I think we're lucky.
Yeah, we're lucky. Like I said, we're lucky that you know, it's hard to balance everything, you know, the business, the work, being a couple still, you know, but just try to prioritize, you know, also going out together sometimes or going away. We did go away 2 weekends ago. That was like the first one in a while because the pandemic, it was hard to find, you know, someone to watch the kids, the grandparents, during the pandemic. It was, you know, it's hard to get away, the two of us. So, you know, taking that time as well and kind of trying to balance the work, you know, parenting, the couple as well, so.
Are people surprised that you're married? Like when they are like doing business deals with you guys, are they surprised that you're a couple?
I think sometimes they kind of surprised, especially we joke a lot, especially me. But I think once they know and they understand it, they understand why the company is the way it is and where we are, where we're at. You know, I think the friendship, the support that we have for each other shows into the company as well. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's, I think, easier because of that.
Yeah. So Sarah, or Raphael, what do you love about each other the most, would you say?
Well, I would say, you know, Raphael's energy, you know, no matter what is going on, he's always going to, you know, try to get the energy up in the room. He wakes up like, you know, he wakes up, he doesn't need coffee. Like I'm like, can you not look at me for an hour or two until I have my coffee? He's like, ready to go. And, you know, just the energy he brings to our family and to the business and just, you know, the positive, you know, energy that he has all the time is one of the greatest things that I think he has.
What I love about her, the kindness.
The kindness.
Yeah, she's the nicest person that, you know, that you can meet, I think. She's so nice. She's not nice to the point that, you know, she's too nice, but she's just an amazing person. And, you know, I'm lucky and, you know, makes me a better person.
So when, you know, like you fell in love with her when she walked into the door.
Yeah.
What do you guys think keeps that love going?
I don't know. I think that, you know, I think it keeps on going because it was real from day one. So it's not difficult to keep on going because we don't force anything, we don't fake anything. It's just natural, and I think, you know.
I think like we always, you know, if we have a problem, you know, that's one thing Raphael will never be. He can't hide his emotions, which I think is also a great thing, you know, because if you're mad about something, we talk it out. That, you know, you get it out and it's over. You know what I mean? We don't ever hold on to grudges and things like that between each other. I think that's a great thing because you don't want to, like they say, don't go to bed angry. You know, that kind of thing. It's true. You know, we try to always, if we, you know, sometimes that's why sometimes we, you know, disagree on things, but we always, in the end.
I'm always right?
He thinks he's always right.
He thinks he's always right. So, but do you guys really follow that? Like, do not go to bed angry? Because I do believe in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I mean, you know,
a couple times in the past 24 years, but for the most part, yes.
No, and I think you know, we're pretty open on things. It's straight up. It's not. I think it's that's why it's easy, because it's just simple.
Yeah, and we have we like to do stuff together. We enjoy doing stuff together. We like traveling and eating good food and drinking wine and all the European.
Going to coffee shops.
Going to coffee shops.
She makes me go to every single coffee shop that
everywhere we travel. I'm like,
really?
Everywhere we go.
Find
I'm going to try
shop.
this one. I'm like, can we just enjoy it? I don't want.
Instead of going through every single one.
Everyone.
Do you think people give up too easily nowadays in relationships?
I mean, it's like you said, it's never easy. You have to be able to communicate. I think that's, like you said, and no one's perfect, so you kind of have to, accept each other's faults. But like we said, we try to take each other's faults and like make each other better, by, kind of balancing each other out. And yeah, you have to, I mean, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, I guess. So sometimes, it's obviously not good to keep going, but.
Yeah, if you're not happy, there's no point.
Yeah.
We have one life, right? It's just like at work, it's relationship, it's everything you do. If you're not happy, just move on. But I believe that, it's never perfect either. And if you know that, then it just should work.
I know I always say, coming from the dance world, that life is not a dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
That we have to like embrace every moment and live every day to the fullest. So the two of you would definitely say that you believe in true love.
We do?
Yep.
Yeah, we do. We're lucky enough, yeah.
Yeah, we somehow found each other pretty young, and we're lucky, like I said.
And I think it's a great example for our kids. It's funny, like they look at us sometimes and they think it's cheesy, but it's it's fun to actually love each other like that.
Yes, and I was going to get back to Camille and Emma too. As a father, from a father's perspective, how important is it to show that example of love in front of your girls?
I think for us, as much as we are very proud of the business, very proud of everything we've done, I think the proudest moment of our life is our kids. It's what we try to bring them to a life with, respect and love and everything that should be behind it. So it's very important, I think.
Yep. I think, having a teenager, it's, a whole new world.
Oh, yes. Oh,
and
yes.
so especially, you try to, don't be the, there's a lot of different things, the telephones. We try to get them to actually do the physical, interaction with people, and don't hide behind your phone, and use that as I think to make sure that you can communicate with people. Our oldest daughter, I don't think she has a problem. She's very, very talkative, very over communicative. Like, okay, go back into your room. But yeah, that's something that we try to instill in them, and like try to set a good example for them of how to like work out your differences, and
Well, you guys are a great example to this community, a great example of true love, and it certainly has been such an honor for the two of you to be on Love in America. And on that note, if you would like to be on the show, or if you would like to recommend someone on the show, or on one of our other shows, please email us at production@redhousestreaming.com. You can also share the shows on multiple social media platforms. We're also on Roku with some major announcements coming this fall. But Raphael and Sarah Perrier, love you guys. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Fun.
Thank you. That was fun.
100%. Thank you for watching, everybody. Stay safe.
The Golden Diamond Source has been in business for nearly 4 decades and is one of the largest family-owned jewelry stores in America.
We have the largest selection of white and fancy colored diamonds and gemstones you'll find anywhere.
We also have private areas for VIP viewings.
Only at the Golden Diamond Source.